Namo Namaha Sarvesham Swagatam. So we start our special session today. Now this is intended for people who have no knowledge about Sanskrit, and I thought we'll frame it in such a way that we will be able to Namaste Sarvesham Namo Namaha. Please take a seat. Today we are starting a special session for people who have little or no knowledge of Sanskrit. So we're going to cover today some basics, including alphabets, vowels, and consonants, and some little words, a little conversation, and all that stuff. Okay, so we start with basically a guru prayer, a prayer to guru. And the other day I told you what is meant by guru. There are two letters, gu and ru. Joined together becomes guru. Gu means darkness, ru means removal of darkness, guru. So we start. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Sadashiva Samarambam.
Sadashiva Samarambam.
Sankaracharya Madhyamam.
Sankaracharya Madhyamam.
Asmat Acharya Paryantam.
Asmat Acharya Paryantam.
Vande Guru Paramparam.
Vande Guru Paramparam.
You know, as I told you last time, the language of Sanskrit started with Maheshwarani Sutrani, the 14 distinct sounds. You remember in the last class? So we start with Sadashiva Samarambam. We start with Sadashiva. And followed by Sankaracharya, who was a great guru. Asmat Acharya Paryantam, up to our present Acharya. Vande Guru Paramparam. We are offering our salutation to the entire lineage of Guru. Guru Parampara means lineage. So we start with that because that is the way we start our traditional teaching. The Guru is the one who teaches. So we first offer our salutation to the Guru and start with the class. Okay, going further. Now, Devanagari is the script that you are going to learn today. You know what is meant by Devanagari? There are two terms in that. Deva is divine. You know, people see the movies of aliens coming and so on. And everybody, the kids including, they go raving about those movies that aliens are coming. So these devas are really aliens. They live in a different world and they are divine people. So that is called Deva. And Nagari, Nagar, you know, Nagar means city, right? Nagari refers to the urban or sophisticated society. Sophistication. So it is a sophisticated language. So in short, a divine sophisticated script is what is referred to by Devanagari. And there are certain special features in that. You know, unlike English, you don't have upper or lower case. In English, you've got upper capital letters and small letters. You don't have that. It's all same letters. And there are no punctuations either. So this is something unique. Please sit down. And there is no concept of spelling. You know, in English, you take the word, right? How do you pronounce it? Let's say, how do you pronounce word? Word. Is the R silent or there is a slight touch of volume?
There's a little.
It's a slight word. But it can also be pronounced with word because O is sometimes called O. So it can also be pronounced as word. You know, there was a teacher, the Sanskrit teacher, who had a little knowledge about English. And he used to tell the people that in Sanskrit you have different letters and you must use the tongue way. People are asking, what is this? He's calling tongue way. Sir, it is not tongue way, it is tongue. The U and E are silent. He says, don't argue it. Because argue also has got UE, and people tend to pronounce the letters as they appear in English, but that's not the case here. So there is a big difference that you spell and pronounce it the same way. There is no concept of spelling as such when you speak what you write. Like Ga is Ga, you don't pronounce it in any other way. And you have the unique horizontal top line on the words. And everybody knows that there is a top line on every word, right? And the sequence of letters is amazingly logical. If you say A, B, C, D, is there any connection between A, B, C, D? They all are distinct separately. But here it's not like that. You have A, E, U. See the way it goes? Like a music, right? It goes like a string. So it's very logical. You will find more about it when you learn the language, that it goes in a very logical path. Okay, we go further to the next slide. Now, the formation of these language and the way it was started and founded and they nurtured, there were three sages. They are called Trimuni. Three means, again, three. So you see the similarity between Sanskrit and English also. Three Muni. Three sages. The first one was Panini. I referred in my last session. Panini was a person who founded the grammar after listening to these 14 sutras. Maheshwarani Sutrani from Lord Shiva himself. Sutra means string. And it is a string of those 14 letters that was the basis for writing the grammar for Sanskrit. So Panini wrote 8 chapters on it. He's got more than 4,000 odd different rules governing that. And it is called Ashtadhyayi. Ashta means 8. And Ashtadhyayi is the document that he wrote. And there was another great person who was a colleague of Panini. Both were studying under the same guru called Varshopadhyaya. And Panini was not very good, he was not very scholarly, so the guru sent him, you go to Himalayas, do some penance there, and then maybe you will improve. So he went and got the special boon from Lord Shiva himself, that he will witness the cosmic dance. And when he witnessed it, he got the basis for the grammar. And the other person was Vararuchi. He's also called as Katyayana. So there is a debate whether it's the same person, but the name is also Katyayana. He expanded Panini's work and wrote what is called Vartikam, which is again a big document. And then you have Patanjali, who authored a commentary called Mahabhashyam. You know, Bhashyam itself means commentary. Maha means what? Mahadeva you say, right? Maha means mega. So you see the importance given to this commentary. It is something great. You know, it is Mahabhashyam, and therefore it is one of the greatest commentaries. In fact, the commentary written by Patanjali assumes even a greater importance than Panini's grammar itself. It is so detailed. So these were the three sages who really were responsible for establishing Sanskrit as a very good language and expanding it and setting up the rules and various words. So going further, you're going to learn the vowels, and I'm going to describe basically how they are constituted. You know, there are basically 13 vowels are called swara. In music also you call swara. And there are basically 3 varieties in it. The first variety is called Hraswa, which is short. You call it as one matra kala. You know what is one matra? One wink. You just get one wink is one matra kala. So it is a short utterance. Like, for example, a, I, U, L, R. These are all short. Just one wink. The second variety is what is called Dhirga. Dhirga means long in utterance. It has got two matrakalas. Two matrakalas means two wings. Like A, E, U, Ru, A, and so on. The third variety is what is called Pluta. Pluta is extra long, like you have large, extra large, double XL and so on. Here you have got extra long, XL, which is 3 matrakala. Now that is used in certain words, particularly in Vedic mantras you will find that. It's a very long word. Like Nasti, Nasti, it's a long word. Now, all vowels don't have all the 3 varieties, but most words in Sanskrit end up in vowels. You'll be surprised if you take the names of women in India, more than 90% of the names end up in either E or A. The exceptions are there, but in majority. You have Saraswati, Lakshmi, Meenakshi, Akhilandeshwari, Bhuvaneshwari, Visalakshi, Meenakshi, and so on, and all end in E, right? Likewise, A, Vidya, Aparna, these are all ending in A, right? So you'll find, even from the name, you can easily probably find out whether it is a man or a woman or a boy or a girl. Now this is a very simple rule which has been evolved from ancient times, because now people change the names according to the present day circumstances, but this is how the names evolved. So these are the vowels. Let's go further. Now you have the consonants. Now there are basically 2 varieties. Now it's called Vyanjana. When we have spices which we cook, we have various spices. They're all Anjarapatti in Tamil, Anjanapatti. This is supplementary. So what Anjana means is a side dish or a supplementary thing. So these consonants are supplementing the main letters, vowels. So they go in combination. So this one comes basically in 2 broad categories. The category 1 is what is called Vargiya. Now Vargiya is classified into 5 groups, each of 5 letters, totally making it to be 25 letters. The first one comes from the throat. The other day I explained to you. Ka, ka, ga, ga, na. Say that. Ka, ka, ga, ga, na. Right? The second group comes cha, cha, ja, ja, nya. It comes from the tongue top to the roof. Say that.
Cha cha ja ja nya.
Yeah. Cha cha ja ja nya. It is almost like a nasal sound, right? Yeah. The third group is ta ta da da na.
Ta ta da da na.
Now the tongue tip really goes to the roof. The earlier one, the tongue went to the top of the roof. Here you will find the tip is going on the top. Ta ta da da na. Say that again.
Ta ta da da na.
Very good, very good. Now the fourth one, the tongue tip, goes almost to the teeth. Ta ta da da na.
Ta ta da da na.
Say that again. Ta ta da da na.
Ta ta da da na.
Correct. The tip goes up to the teeth. You see how the tongue operates in different ways. And lastly, you have a group where it is actually going through the lips. The tongue really has very little role in it. It is going through the lips. Like you say, pa, pha, bha, bha, ma.
Pa fa ba ba ma.
Pa, the second letter is almost like P, F, A, sort of, Pa, pha, ba, bha, ma.
Pa fa ba ba ma.
No. So this is going, you see the lip has got a role here, not really the tongue. So these are the 5 groups in the consonants which form 25 of them. But it is not complete. There is going to be one more variety which I will go right now. is called avargiya, which is non-classified. And there are 8 of them. 8 of them in the second category. They are called antastha. Anta means end. Tastha actually it is hanging between the vowels and consonants. Antariksha, antastha. It is in between. Like Trisanga Surgam, It is neither in heaven nor in Bhumi, it is somewhere in between. But it has got a connection. So they are called antastha. They are pronounced as ya, ra, la, va. Say that. Ya,
ra, la, va.
va. Ya, ra, la, va.
Ya, ra, la, va.
Correct. So that is called antastha. And the last 4 letters that you find, they are called as sibilants. Now they are kind of hissing sound, like that. So they are pronounced sa, sha, sa, ha. Some kind of a air comes out through your mouth. Sa, sha, sa, ha. Say that. Sha, sha, sa, ha. So they are called sibilants. They come with a kind of a little hissing sound. And usually it combines with other letters. You will find them later on. Now there are 2 more additional letters. They are called anuswara and visarga. One is called and the last one is called ah. Like they are like ornaments to the vowels, You say Shiva, you also say Shivam. Like Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, right? Satyam. There is the last Satya is also a word. Satyam. Truth. Shivam. Ramaha. Krishnaha. There comes aha. So that is called visarga. So you have basically 13 vowels. Then 25 plus 8, 33 of the consonants. 25 which are classified, vargiya, and 8 which are not classified. So you have 33 plus 13 another, 46 plus 2 more, which makes it 48 in all. So that would be the coverage of the letters, the vowels and the consonants. Okay, going further,
I have just one question. The first...
we will come to the questions at the end.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, you can ask right now. You heard something.
It's a simple, I think both of them are sha, right? Sha, sha, sa, ha.
Sha, sha. Sha, sha. There's a distinct difference. Sha, like Shastri, Slokam, Shabdam. This is the first sha. The second sha is sha. You have to twist the tongue a little bit. Sha. Sha. Say sha.
Sha.
Sha. The first one is
Sha.
sha. Sha. You don't twist the tongue in the first one.
Okay.
Sha.
It's not
Like
sa.
SH.
Okay. Sha.
But in English, it is difficult to distinguish between sha and sha. Both will almost, you can say sha, The Gujaratis have the name sha.
Sha.
That may be more akin to the second letter sha. Right? SH-AH. May be more relevant to the second letter sha. But the first one is sha. It is just SH. You see the difference?
Shastri will come the first.
Done. Shastri is the first one. Because it comes with SH. SHA, SRTI becomes Shastri. Shastram. So those will be the first one. The second one will sha, where you twist the tongue a little bit inside. Get it? Okay. I'm going to have a little question session at the end. Okay. In addition, you have some special symbols. Now they are all part of the Sanskrit language. They are not separate. Like when you say Om, you put a little concave bowl at the top with a dot. It looks very nice. very decorative, and I think Deepan is using it in his email. The last one he says Om. I noticed it, but it's in Tamil, right? Yeah. So this is called Chandra Bindu. It looks like a moon, a little moon on top of the O, a little moon with a dot. It's called Chandra Bindu. And it gives you a nasalized sound, as if you are, it's like Om, comes almost to the nose. Om. So that is a special symbol. And you also have an S-like symbol coming in. You will find when you are reading some of the scriptures, some words will contain in between two letters an S-like letter. What you say? It is called avagraha, an indication that the A is dropped. It is not written as A, but in pronunciation it comes in. Like te api becomes tepi. You drop the A, but the A is kind of implied. Tepi. You don't say te api, but you say tepi. But the A is supposed to exist there, but you don't write A. Why it is written like that, I'll tell you later. But at the present, you should know that it is an avagraha which is used in Sanskrit language, and S is the way it is denoted. Like I mentioned, one example I'll give you, tepi. And you also have a mark like a single I, capital I, which is used at the end of a half verse or sentence. When you have a slokam, for example, you will find in books, at the end you have one single line, and the second line you have two vertical lines, right? You must have seen it, definitely. The I, it is not really a punctuation mark, but it is used as an indication that it is the end of a half verse or a sentence. It is not complete, something is yet to come. That's what it indicates. The second, two vertical lines, it marks the end of a verse or a paragraph. Like two vertical lines at the end. So in every slokam you will find that there is a mark. When you are going to read the slokams or verses, you will find there is one vertical line in the first line, and there is, on completion, there are two vertical lines. So the first vertical line is called virama, and the second one is called purna virama, because it is a completion. Purnam means completion. It is a completion of a verse or a paragraph. So that is the indication. Otherwise you don't have any comma, no colons, no full stop, no semicolons, no hyphens, nothing of the sort. So you are rid of all those problems, whether I should put comma here or not. In English you have always a question, where should I put the comma, where should I put semicolon, where should I put colon? Those kind of questions don't come here at all. Only when there is a single vertical line, it is half, it is not complete. When there are two vertical lines, it is complete. Okay, having said that, we'll go to the combination now between the vowels and consonants. You can't have everything with only those 48 letters. You must combine them in order to make a prose. Like for example, you say ah. When it combined with on matra, it's called, with the consonant ka, it becomes ka. Ka plus a becomes ka. Likewise, e combined with ka becomes ki. The third row you see there. E combined with ka becomes key. Like you open the door, use a key, right? It's got a long E. So it's key. U is a vowel combined with the consonant ka becomes ku. U, the long one combined with ka becomes ku. So with every one of those consonants, you combine with a vowel, gives you a conjunct consonant, which is a letter. So as you go further, you will find many of these letters coming. And I will give you examples of those as we go along, how the vowel is combined with the conjunct and giving you a conjunct consonant. You will find that coming up. Okay. Now, going further, there are also certain special formations. Now, the one which is preceded by a vowel. Vowels come at the end also. But there is one which is preceded by, like you say, ak, akrama. There is a, right? A is a vowel and ka is a consonant. So the vowel precedes the consonants. Anyaya, atpuda. These are all where the vowel comes first. And then it is followed by a consonant. And you don't have to worry too much because, as I told you in the first class itself, I am not going to make it very boring with grammar. Because then if you put too much of emphasis on it, you will all run away. So I don't want that to happen. So what I will do is only give you the basics. You have to know the basics of grammar. Because only then you can expand further, because the foundation has to be strong. Then you can build on it superstructures as you go along. Therefore, it's very important that you understand the basics. Don't worry too much about it. You don't have to memorize them. But you will find the application of this as we go along. It is important. How it is applied in various Sanskrit scriptures. Now, two consonants also combine together to form one single letter. Like you say Shankara. You see the middle letter there in Shankara? How it is? One letter sitting on top of another one. You see Nga sitting on top of Ka. So it is a combined consonant. It is Nga. It is actually Shankara, but combined together it becomes Shankara. Panchadasi. You see the middle, the Cha. You have a Nga sitting on top of Cha. So it is combined letter. It is pronounced Pancha. Incha. Incha. Pancha means five. Panchadasi. Nitya. You see how the ta is coming before ya. Nitya. Small ta, half, only half of ta, and then a full of ya. Nitya. So it means that you don't pronounce it as ta, but it's pronounced it with. So in many cases you will find this half letter coming, which indicates when you pronounce it, you have to just pronounce it with the tip of your tongue. Nitya. Say Nitya.
Nitya.
Nitya. See the tip, the tongue is coming. So you have the small letter coming in, which is half broken. Likewise, you have Mithya. Mithya. So the ta here is the second ta, not the first ta. So the ta, it is slightly different. Mithya. Mithya. Nitya is, the ta is from the tick, is Mithya. So it's a slight difference between the pronunciation, but you see in both cases, the letter that you have is kind of half broken and attached to another letter. So these are all combined consonants. You also have conjuncts with more than two letters. Like you saw, there was only one letter broken, but you also have some where more than one is broken. Like achintya, chintya. If there is a na which is broken, there is a ta which is broken, and the ya is full. So intya, it is like yan and t together. Achintya. Chintya. Achintya means having thoughts. Achintya means without thoughts. achintya. There are also some special forms. You will find here the word called Shruti. It's a very common name nowadays, people know. Especially among girls, they have the names Shruti. Shruti. You see the sha there, it is put like this, Shruti. Shvetambar, you got S and Va together. The very first letter of the word Shvetambar, it is a special form where you have Ish and Va at the bottom combined together. So it's called Shvetambar. Shveta means white. Shvetambar means white garment. Ambar means garment. Like Deepan is wearing today, Shvetambar. You can be called Shvetambar. Shvetam means white, Ambar means garment, white garment. Okay. Alright, so these are some of the special consonant form. I'm not giving you too much of detail, but this is how it is. It is sufficient for you to know there are vowels, there are consonants, there are certain ways of putting together vowels and consonants so that they give you different sounds, and there are some special symbols and some special consonant formation where 2 or 3 consonants combined together either in broken format or sitting one above the other. So these are the special forms in which Sanskrit is written. Okay, now how to write vowels? Now this is an important thing. I have exhibited here how the vowels are written here. You are free to see it sometime later, and this is also a part of the presentation that you will all get in the website. So you don't have to really take notes, because you can take copies out or you can look at it on your computer. You can see it. You see how I can probably demonstrate to you using a whiteboard on the screen. Let me see if I can. Let me see if we got a whiteboard. Yeah, I got a whiteboard. You see how it is written. I think I might have used this stylus here. Do you get it?
Yes.
I'll make a color darker for you so it's easy for you to see it. See how it goes on? You have a line on top. Do you get it?
Yes.
You pronounce it ah, and you have this ah coming in like a 3 first, then the middle one you join together to a vertical line, and then you have that. So add a little line ahead, you get ah. You see that? It's very simple. The way you make it is put a 3. Everybody knows how to write a 3, and then you join in the middle, put a vertical line, top line, and then you put one more vertical line, becomes ah, right? Very simple. Okay, now let me show you how to write E, for example. See how E goes? You write like an S, put a little tail in the bottom and a top line here. You get it? Now, let's say you want to write E. Very simple. Keep the E as itself. Put a little tuft on it on top. That becomes E. You get it? Alright. Let's say you want to write U. Very simple. You see, get U here. All you need to do is put top line here. It's like almost like a 3, but you have to extend it. The 3 bottom goes a little. That becomes U. And you want to write U, put a tail here. Very simple, isn't it? Ritvik is learning it beautifully. Yeah, Ritvik? Get it, very good. So that's how it goes, and you can practice this at home. I am going to put all these in the slides itself. So when you want to learn it at home, you can review the PowerPoint presentation and then use that. Take copies of this. In this, I have actually indicated the letters in red and the direction in which you put it in blue arrows, including the sequence in which you can put it 1, 2, 3, 4. But sequence you can design it the way you want it. It is not necessary that you should follow only that sequence. You know, long ago, when my son used to write 7, normally how you write 7? Write like this, right? To make sure you. Now, the way he used to write was different, but he still write the same way, I think. He used to write like this. He will start at the bottom and go to the top. There are some people who are left-handed who write somewhat differently. It may look a little funny the way they write it. They pretty fast. They write with the left hand. So you can choose the method, but I am just giving you indications how it is normally done. But do be comfortable. The most important thing, the letter should look like what is appearing here. That is what it is. Okay. All right. Let's see whether we go back to the slide. All right. So having got you here, you have this. You see the directions I have indicated there, including the blue arrows, which gives you the sequence in which you write those letters, each one of them. So I have put a couple of slides on it. You will find one slide here, the second slide here, and the consonants writing also, how to write the consonants. Ka, ka, ga. Now this is going to be an exercise for you at the end of this lesson. When you go back home, you practice it. Maybe look at this presentation and maybe take copies of this and then practice it. So that is the way you can learn writing. At the same time, you can learn the pronunciation too. Okay? So there are 3 of these successive slides on consonant writing, how the consonants are written. So having said that, I am going to proceed a little further. I want to prepare you to join the other batch, which is going to be an advanced batch. It's meeting in the evening today. So someday I would like to merge both these by making you more proficient and at a faster rate, and then catch up with them because they are already running fast. Okay. Now there is something called Sandhi. What does Sandhi mean? Sandhi means it is a euphonic combination. Euphonic means enjoyable. It is intended to enhance the beauty of pronunciation. Like Sandhi itself, you take the word Sandhi itself, it has got two, Sam combined with the root Dha. And as I told you in the first class, in Sanskrit, everything has got a root. Like a tree has a root, every word has got a root. And that makes it even simpler because when you see a word, you can start exploring where the root is. So here, Da is a root, which means to hold. So Sandhi is actually holding two letters together or two words together. It is joining together. Why you do that? You do that because it enhances the beauty of the word. If you start spelling out each, or pronouncing each word separately, then the beauty of the entire sentence is lost. So to enhance the beauty, Sanskrit has got what is called Sandhi. You don't find that in English because in English each word is separate. Sometimes, very rarely you join two together, but in general, the flow of prose is such that each word is independent. But you can write stylishly by choosing the right appropriate words to make the entire paragraph or a sentence read nicely and convey the meaning correctly. But here, this is primarily to expand the beauty of a particular two words. For example, you say Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad is of Bhagavan. Who was the Bhagavan? Krishna himself, right? Krishna himself taught Gita, so it's Bhagavad Gita. But when you say together, you say Bhagavad Gita. You see how it is combined? You can write it separately, but the word is one single word called Bhagavad Gita, and you will find the and gha like they are formed together. In that, after Bhagava, you find the and ga combined together. This is Bhagavad Gita. Right? So you have split words, each one independent, each one also having a root, but combined together to enhance the beauty. For example, you have that split words, you see. Now, you may not be able to read it fast, but I'll read it for you. Ascharya is wonder. Ascharya, what? Pashyati kaha chit enam. Each one is independent. Ascharya, what? Pashyati kaha chit enam. When you have used Sandhi and you combine it together, you say Ascharyavat Pashyati Kaschitenam. It is faster. But they are all made up of independent words combined together. Ascharyavat Pashyati Kaschitenam. Now, you start reading Sanskrit, you will read much faster. But initially, when you are going to read it, you will say Ascharya. You say you know already. Ischa, Ascharya. Take each letter and combine it into a word. You get Ascharya. You say Ascharya. The second, Va and Tha combined together. What? When you put a small tail at the end of Tha, it becomes Ith, not Tha. When you don't put the tail, it is just Tha. When you put a tail, which is usually at the end of a word, is what? Pashyati kaha chittenam. Ascharyavat pashyati kaschitenam. So that is how the combination goes. I'll give you one more example with meaning, which is used very commonly by all of us, and that is going to be very interesting. This is the first slokam that you always say before commencing any rituals. Is that correct? You know what it is, right? Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashi Varnam Chatur Bhujam Prasanna Vadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vigna Upashantaye. These are all separate words. That's why I given you below the transliteration in English. Shukla Ambara Dharam Vishnum Shashi Varnam Chatur Bhujam Prasanna Vadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vigna Upashantaye. No, you see how the Sandhi is forming now. Shuklam Baradaram Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye. So when you see the priests uttering that, they will in fact go even much faster. Shuklam Baradaram Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye. No, they go much faster. It can also be very musically put in. So it's all combining. But when you want to read something, you have to really split it up to understand the meaning. Like here, Shukla means what? Shukla means white. Ambaram, I told you earlier, Ambaram means what? Garment. Garment. Shvetambaram I mentioned, right? Dharam means one who's wearing. Vishnum. Vishnu means not Vishnu, but Vishnu here means omnipresent. Present everywhere. Shashi Varnam. Shashi is referring to the moon. Varnam is color. Shashi Varnam Chatur Bhujam. Chatur is 4. Bhujam means arms. Chatur Bhujam. Prasanna Vadanam. You know Prasanna Vadanam. Very pleasing face. Dhyayet means I meditate. Sarva Vigna Upashantiye. Sarva means all. Vigna means obstacles. Upashantiye, may you remove them. I worship that. Who is that? Ganesha in this case. Who is wearing white garment and who is omnipresent and who is as white as moon, as pleasing as the moon, Shashi Varma. Shashi means moon. Chaturbhujam is having 4 arms, always having a smiling face and very, very pleasant face. I meditate upon him to remove all my obstacles. That's what it means. But each one of those has been joined together to make it musical. And you find those 2 vertical lines. The first line has got 1 vertical line, which means it is not complete. It is only half verse complete. The second line has got 2 vertical lines at the end, which means that verse is complete. So that is an indication. So you see how the Sandhi formation is there? Isn't it beautiful? That's how it is. So let's go further a little bit. I'm going to give you an example of a simple conversation. Okay, how it goes. These are all very easy for you to follow, and it starts like this: a conversation between a guru and a student. Ka tvam bale. Ka tvam bale. Who are you, little girl? And she says, Kanchana Mala. My name is Kanchana Mala. You see, inch, I gave you the example of the combined consonant there. Kanchana, inch. It is like NCH, Kanchana Mala. Kasyaha Putri. Kasyaha Putri. Whose daughter are you? Now you see how simple Sanskrit is. It's got only 2 words, whereas you find there are 4 words in English for the same. Kasyaha Putri is only 2 words. But in English you got whose daughter are you. Likewise, the first line you have Ka Tvam Bale, only 3 letters. In English you have who are you, little girl, 5 letters. Kanaka Lathayaha. Kanaka Lathayaha. Daughter of Kanakalata. See, there are 3 words. In this answer, she is saying only 1 word. Kanakalathayaha. But it means daughter of Kanakalata. 3 letters, 3 words are there. Haste kim te. Haste means hand. Kim te means what do you have in your hand? He's holding something in hand. What is it in your hand? Thali patram. Now in olden days they used to have something like slate, a black slate in which they used to write. You can rub it off and then. So here Thali patram is referring to a writing pad. It can be a slate, it can be a book also. Thali patram, a writing pad. Kava rekha. Kava rekha means writing. We also say rekha for the. This is a kind of writing you have in your palm. Kava rekha. What is written on it? Kava rekha. Ka ka ga ga. That is what is written on it. That means alphabets are written on it. Rekha is also a name of a girl, right? They have one film star is there by name Rekha. See, ending in A. Ah. So this is how a simple conversation goes in Sanskrit. We'll be probably demonstrating it in future also, many of these little conversations, for you to be able to understand the beauty of how Sanskrit goes. Okay, going further, I think we have only 2 more slides to go, or maybe 1 more. Exercises. Now I'm going to give you these exercises which you should practice when you come to the next class. You should be able to write the letters, practice writing the letters. You can either use the PowerPoint which I'll be sharing in the Easy Sanskrit group. You can open it in your computer and watch it. Pronounce the letters as often as possible so that you get the practice. And without really looking at the transliteration, read the Ganesha Sutram. That way, you practice how to read a word and a sentence. And practice simple conversation, which I mentioned just now. And try and read small Sanskrit words. You may have any book or even Google it, you can get it. Try and pick up small Sanskrit words, try to read them. So this is kind of exercise for you for next class before you come in. So I'd like to just conclude with a quick summary of what we covered today, starting with Devanagari and starting with the prayer for a guru, and which is very important for every lesson really. And then what is meant by Devanagari and what are the special features of Devanagari script that we have. And followed by the categories of vowels and consonants and conjunct consonants and characteristics of some of these consonants and special symbols that are used in Sanskrit. It is not exhaustive. There are many more, but I am giving you the primary ones. And also how a Sandhi operates. That words combine together to form a sentence and enhancing the beauty of the entire sentence. And I demonstrated to you how to write also. Use the same kind of way and practice writing those letters. You may have an exercise book or do it any way you like to have it. Okay. So I am going to conclude now and I am going to throw this forum open for any questions. Any questions from anybody overseas? Shino, any questions? Hello? Chino, can you hear me? Were you able to see the entire presentation? Okay, any questions? Okay. 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 So any of you, of course you can ask any question even now or later also, no problem. But I leave it to you. There are some people from overseas. Yeah, go ahead.
In the previous slide, sir, Kanchana Mala, it ended as Mala, and mother's name ended as so and so. I forgot the name of the mother. Yaha. Is that the way we should speak?
I think there is this audio we should put off.
Can you do one thing? See, whether it is possible to cancel online? Can you ask somebody whether it can be cancelled online? And
Oh, Illa. Chino, can you hear me, Chino? Can you hear me?
He should have muted us.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, repeat the station of where again it's going to be a big hassle, big problem for me. But anyway, if you can just inquire with somebody who is knowledgeable,
So I think he's talking to somebody else.
Yeah.
The audio is kept open.
You can close.
Because I don't find that. Let me see how I can.
At least
Yeah. Looks like.
Yeah, I've disconnected the audio from here. Hopefully not here. The same thing happened last time also. He was somebody else in Bombay was able to hear from Madras. Okay, sorry. You want repeating the question?
The question is, when the girl said, "My name is Kanchanamala," it ended as Mala, whereas when she told about his mother's name, it ended as Yaha.
Yeah.
So,
So it is Kanchana Mala. Inch is the one which is a combined consonant. Others are all regular consonants only. So you don't have to really worry about that particular. You can now there are different ways of writing also. You can write N as split also. You know, you don't have to really put one letter over the other letter, because that has been the practice in vogue for a long time. But today there are people who write with N half broken and Cha combined together. So it could be pronounced as Kanchanamala. That ing will not be there. So there are different practices, but you can adopt whichever is convenient. But in different books you will find different ways of connecting the consonants.
if you don't mind, can you take us to that slide, sir? My question is, Kanchanamalaha, should we say, like she said for her mother, whatever name?
No, Kanchana Mala is the name.
Okay.
You mean the last aha is coming, right?
For mother it came aha.
No, there is a case which I am not covering right now, different cases. Kanchana Mala is her name. Kanaka Lathayaha.
That's the question.
When it say Kanaka Lathayaha,
I'm the daughter.
means I belong to Kanaka Latha. The case is different. I am the daughter of. The aha means of. Kanaka Lathayaha means I am the daughter of Kanakalata. The name is Kanakalata, but you say Yaha added, gives you the explanation, it is Kanakalathayaha, I am the daughter of Kanakalata.
Okay.
When you say just your name, only the name, there is no aha. Okay. Now I didn't go into the case because it's a little complicated for you. So I am going to cover it up for the advanced classes this evening. As you go further, you know there are different cases like singular, plural, and singular. I walk, you walk, they walk. Each one is a different case. So in each case, the word becomes different. Okay.
Another question for English translation, we have put a question mark at the end. Do we need to put a question mark?
No, there is no question mark. No, there is no question mark, but the question is implied by the sentence itself when it comes, which I'll explain to you later. Like for example, even when you say a couple of items, you use comma in English. We don't use comma in Sanskrit, but we use a letter called cha at the end. Like you say, different fruits. You can say apple, banana, or oranges. You can say in Sanskrit, you don't put comma in between. You use the third words and you put cha at the end. So it implies that there are three items involved. Okay. So that's how it goes. So more in my next class. Okay. You can always ask questions anytime. Feel free to send me even advance, and I can ask these questions and share it with other people also, so that everybody gets the answers together. Okay.
So I have
Nama
only one question.
Parvati Pataye Hara Hara Mahadeva.
No, but just one question.
Yes.
For women, okay.
I'll put this off, switch off.
Yeah, yeah.